face. Her neatly pinned chignon, the dress she would have been wearing. A shirtwaist with a small rounded collar in a sober color, navy blue or steel gray or hospital corridor green, penitential colors. Less like something she'd chosen to put on than like something she'd been locked up in. Her solemn half-smile, the amazed lift of her eyebrows, as if she were admiring the view. The white gloves, a Pontius Pilate gesture. She was washing her hands of me, of all of us. What had she been thinking of as the car sailed off the bridge, then hung suspended in the afternoon sunlight, glinting like a dragonfly for that one instant of held breath before the plummet? Of Alex? Of Richard? Of bad faith? Of our father and his wreckage? Of God, perhaps, and her fatal triangular bargain? Or of the stack of cheap school exercise books that she must have hidden that very morning in the bureau drawer where I kept my stockings, knowing I would be the one to find them? When the policeman had gone, I went upstairs to change. To visit the morgue, I would need gloves and a hat with a veil, something to cover the eyes. There might be reporters. I would have to call a taxi. Also, I ought to warn Richard at his office. He would wish to have a statement of grief prepared. I went into my dressing room. I would need black and a handkerchief. I opened the drawer. I saw the notebooks. I undid the crisscross of kitchen string that tied them together. I noticed that my teeth were chattering and that I was cold all over. I must be in shock, I decided. What I remembered then was Renee from when we were little. It was Renee who'd done the bandaging of scrapes and cuts and minor injuries. Mother might be resting or doing good deeds elsewhere, but Renee was always there. She'd scoop us up and sit us on the white enamel kitchen table, alongside the pie dough she was rolling out, or the chicken she was cutting up, or the fish she was gutting, and give us a lump of brown sugar to get us to close our mouths. "Tell me where it hurts," she'd say. "Stop howling, just calm down and show me where." But some people can't tell where it hurts. They can't calm down. They can't ever stop howling. The Toronto Star, May 26, 1945. Questions raised in City Death. Special to the Star. A coroner's inquest has returned a verdict of accidental death in last week's St. Clair Avenue fatality. Miss Laura Chase, 25, was traveling west on the afternoon of May 18th when her car swerved through the barriers protecting a repair site on the bridge and crashed into the ravine below, catching fire. Miss Chase was killed instantly. Her sister, Mrs. Richard E. Griffin, wife of the prominent manufacturer, gave evidence that Miss Chase suffered from severe headaches affecting her vision. In reply to questioning, she denied any possibility of intoxication, as Miss Chase did not drink. It was the police view that a tire caught in an exposed streetcar track was a contributing factor. Questions were raised as to the adequacy of safety precautions taken by the city, but after expert testimony by city engineer Gordon Perkins, these were dismissed. The accident has occasioned renewed protests over the state of the streetcar tracks on this stretch of roadway. Mr. Herb T. Jolliffe, representing local ratepayers, told Star reporters that this was not the first mishap caused by neglected tracks. City Council should take note. The Blind Assassin by Laura Chase. Rheingold, Janes and Moreau, New York, 1947. Prologue. Perennials for the Rock Garden. She has a single photograph of him. She tucked it into a brown envelope on which she'd written clippings and hid the envelope between the pages of Perennials for the Rock Garden, where no one else would ever look. She's preserved this photo carefully because it's almost all she has left of him. It's black and white, taken by one of those boxy, cumbersome flash cameras from before the war, with their accordion pleat nozzles and their well-made leather cases that look like muzzles, with straps and intricate buckles. The photo is of the two of them together.